Hi guys, welcome to the 10th of December. It's Flossmas Day 10. Crikey, double digits. Here we go. Right, it's 9:15 here. It's kind of late. I'm looking kind of tired. I've had a day off. I've done more today than I've done in weeks at home because I'm not generally here very much. Sorry, I'm just going to immediately have a bit of coffee. How are you all doing today? Everybody fine? Hope you're all feeling a bit festive. We're doing okay. I have stripped the living room. Not bare, because my house will never be bare. We are like the hoarder next door. We are 6 people and lots of pets squeezed in to a British 3-bedroom semi-detached house. So we're the people are big now. You know, when I moved in, I had a 5-year-old, not quite 3-year-old, and a 3-day-old baby when I moved into this house. So it was, yeah, it was me and 3 very little children, 1 cat and 1 goldfish. I still have my cat. We think he's 20 now. I have owned him 18.5 years and he was 1.5 when I got him. So we kind of say he's Maddie +2. So she's going to be 18 soon, so I figure he's 20. And he is a grumpy old man, mostly because of this little man who has come to see me for the first time. Here's Eric, who is bigger than he was. You're bigger, aren't you? This little boy is ballsy and he needs to go for his operation. But this is the first time he's come to see me and sit on my bed where he sits when I stitch. You know, when I put a little video up of him stitching, he sits right where my legs cross. He's gone straight back down to it. And yeah, that's the first time he's come to see me, which is nice. I've had a really busy day. Lizzie's braces have gone. She's got her clear retainers, which are like if you've seen those Invisalign braces, they're like those, but these are just like one set of fixed. So she's immediately got it, it's immediately rubbed and made her gum bleed, so bless her. She's one of these people that as soon as anything happens, she'll get a blister, she'll get an ulcer. The braces have just been a cacophony of jabbing and stabbing and things coming off and cutting her lips, so we're so pleased. Her teeth are beautiful, they're perfect, they're so gorgeous. So I'm really, really pleased. She won't come on here and give you a big boomy smile because that's not her style, but we'll catch her. We'll catch her. So yeah, so I'd had to take Flora with me as well. So I took my two youngest daughters right through past the village they go to school in to the city, did the appointment, drove them back to school, dropped them out at school, drove home, had a cup of coffee, picked up Maddie, who had done her online interview. She was very pleased. She is happy that she has done everything she physically can to fulfill what Cambridge wants of her. It's up to them now, so we will wait and see what they say. She's happy in herself that she didn't panic, she didn't flunk out of her interviews, she didn't wobble, she didn't tremble. She answered every question they gave her. She did the extra questions they sent, you know, as soon as they get your application, they immediately send her a whole wodge of questions. She answered all those immediately, sent them all back. She did the timed exam essay writing, and she kept a copy of it because she did it on her laptop, so she obviously saved a copy for herself. She's read it back and she said, you know what, I don't think I'd have added much to it if I was to do it in my own time quietly. So she's happy, and that's all I want. That's all I said to her. As I said, you just have to be happy that you have done your very utmost best, and then if they want you, fantastic, and then if they don't offer you, that's their loss. It wasn't because you messed up, it was because it wasn't what they were looking for, or they had other people that they liked more. It's not any reflection on her if they don't offer her. I really hope they do, but if they don't, she's picked a tiny college that doesn't take a lot of people every year, which will either work in her favour because not many people will apply to them knowing that they only take a handful a year. It's very prestigious to get in, but there's other colleges in Cambridge where you could, you know, they take much bigger intake, so you've got a much better chance, I suppose, of being in amongst the pool. Anyway, that's my Maddie talk. She's very pleased, and it's done, and the weight's lifted off her now. So we did that. I then came home, had another cup. I've had about 20 cups of coffee today, so and I still just had a nap. I had to have a nap. I was hanging. I got back, right, so I tidied up, literally put in, a few. So I put in a few strands here. This little tiny bit here is fully full coverage, so that's what the wood is going to look like. There's 3 colours in this bit of wood here, and that's going to be, this is the first page. think I'm just going to do this a page at a time. So the first page obviously goes right up to the top here. So I've got a 20 block there, 20 stitches of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So 1200 stitches there, which is just wood. So it's 3 colours. So when I get my button gear, I should be able to knock that out quite quickly. But you can see how the wood grain is going to go there. So last night I put in this darker colour of blue, filled in all of that, and actually I think there's 2 blues in there. There's a pale blue, you can just about see it there, and anywhere where the background, these 3 background colours are in here as well. I've tacked on those stitches too, just to mark them off. So that's the page, that's the middle page. There's 10 pages this size, so I think actually that's bigger. Maybe not, because it looks only this big, and it's not, it's that big. So there's 10 pages on my very bright, pretty I unfolded the pattern earlier on and I was like, oh, it's so pretty. So I'm still really pleased with this, and I'll put in a few more threads as well. So I stopped only while Bargain Hunt was on. I don't get daytime, don't get to watch daytime telly. I'm usually at work, one work or the other, so I don't usually get to watch daytime telly. So I stopped and watched a Christmas edition of Bargain Hunt. Look at this, he's really sleepy. Oh, there's my Eric. To those of you who are a little bit new to me, this is Eric. He's my naughty kitten. We've had him, he was born in just at the very beginning of March, and we got him at, I think he was 9 weeks old when we got him. Maddie's boyfriend's kitten had kittens, so Eric was one of their boy kittens, so we got Eric. And my old boy Clive, who, if you watch video 1, he is swearing his head off in video 1, but he gave me moral support and he sat with me. Clive doesn't come upstairs. I just realised yesterday that Clive hasn't been upstairs for probably 6 months, and I've realised it's probably because he's sore going down the stairs. You can see if he does walk along the stairs, you can see him going, ooh, ooh. So I suppose for a 20-year-old man, he stays downstairs now. He's currently asleep on the dining room table on a plastic bag, as only a cat could. You know, there was a rogue plastic bag, and so it's an old post bag, and he's asleep on it on the dining room table. So I will collect him and show you my old boy, but you would never think he was 20. He's fluffy, he's fit, he's more fluff than flesh. He's, you know, he's old, but he's my cat. I've had him longer than I've had anybody, and Eric's just a pest. He won't leave him alone. But I didn't want to wait until we'd lost Clive to get a new cat. I didn't want to replace him. So we have Clive, and Clive's doing his boxing. Anyway, so I did a few strands in the middle of the day, and then I did another big swatch of tidying up, and 2 bin bags came out of the living room. I've reached the point where, you know, things out of kids' magazines, old puzzle books that are, you know, 9/10 finished, bits of pictures from school that aren't their finest work, you know. I've just gone, right, I have had enough of this, because it's always been just piled up here, and I'll make a little pile there, and there's a little pile of toys that get shuffled into one corner. I've just gone, right, I save Lego, pegs. so many pegs in my, like clothes pegs in my living room. My boy loves making things with them, you know, he pegs them all together and makes these squids and contraptions and things, but there's pegs over and under everything I lifted up. There was a peg. So I found a big bundle of pegs, and you know, it's like there's just been stuff everywhere. So I've done all of that. So I've cleared most of it. I've got a little bit more to go, but hopeful that the Christmas can happen. Actually, it needs doing at least once a year. I'm not very house proud. I have sewing to do. So I did that until it was 2:30, jumped in the car, went and picked up the girls, and then took them through to get Lizzie's retainers fitted, got that done, and then we went to the range and we did the annual buy your friends their Christmas presents, and they like the range. In the UK it's like, it's got homewares, it's got arts and crafts, it's got pet stuff, it's got a garden centre outside, it's got picture frames, it's got lighting, it's got paint, it's got sweets, it's got chocolates. It's that kind of a big Christmas decorations stripped bare. The Christmas decoration whirling dervishes have been there, and just, it looks like they've just gone bang, bang, bang. It was like the beginning of the pandemic, honestly. The shelves were bare of decorations. Very strange. So I did get a couple of bits in there. Hang on, oh, just can't reach for them. I got some cake decorating. They're stamps, you know, for cutting out, and they are, oh, you're never going to be able to see them. They are hearts, and these are for, we use these, Lizzie and I use these for cutting out Fimo, and we don't think we've ever had a heart that small, so they were like £1.80 or something for those. They're proper Mason Cash ones, which is always nice. I got 2 more of my favourite Fimos. That one is a white with a glitter in it. That's what makes the glitter. No, that one's the white pearl, and that one's the white glitter. But this is what we make our things from. This is Fimo. It's polymer clay. It's made by Staedtler, German. Pencils, pens, mechanical pencil sharpeners, Staedtler highlighter pens. Brilliant. Absolutely. I prefer that, because we've always been able to get Fimo. We don't so much have Primo and Sculpey and Cernit. I have to order that off the internet. We've always been able to go into proper shops and buy Fimo in this country, so I've always used it. But every time I see the glitter or the glitter or the pearl, I buy a pack of it, because you mix this with any colour and it just takes on the properties. It makes it pearly. Here comes my big girl. Hello, I'm doing video. I've got your cat. Oh, she's not going to speak. Yes.
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 That's my big girl. And I got 3 sheets of felt, which, if anyone's had a needle minder from me, you know, you get your needle minder. That's the old boy. That's Clive making that noise, and Eric's perked right up. You know, you get a little piece of felt that your needle minder's on, so I'd actually run out. And although I have an extensively large felt collection, the felt I have and use for like the little hoods of the guys is the proper wool felt. It's much finer quality. This is more acrylic-y, puffier. You can't get quite such fine work with this stuff, so this is the stuff I use to put the needle minders on to sell. Oh, I did get one other thing. I got a little block of 2-inch pinked pieces of material. These are polyester. I'm going to try and stitch these together and see. They're quite pretty, but I usually use craft cotton. Now this was literally £1, so it just looked cute, and I picked it up. It's quite open and honest, 100% polyester. I'll see what it looks like, and if it's not good enough to be a patchwork project bag, I will make it for me, because I do like 2-inch squares, because that stitches together really nicely and makes a really cute little cubey patchwork. So that's all I got in there for me. Spent a lot of money in there buying things for people for their Christmases. All 3 girls have got very close friends that they like to get some sweeties, some art stuff, some little novelty, you know, a little novelty pen or something. So They're that kind of age. And then we went up to Asda, which is our big supermarket. I think still for now owned by Walmart, but I think someone else is buying it now. It's been owned by Walmart for years and years and years. And bought lots of chocolate in there. Certainly Maddie's got a big group that she chats online to. They're her little sixth form group, and a couple of extra people they've collected, but not very many. And she basically is with them all day at school, comes home, logs in, and they all chat. It's not video, but it's voice, I think, and they're all on there. She'll have a laptop screen, and there'll be like 10 little icons, and they'll all be like blah, 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 blah in there. So that's really nice. So she had lots of people to buy for, so she's like buying just the 150-gram bars of chocolate for them and things like that. And then people she likes a little bit more gets a little something extra with it too. So that's that. And then I got home. We stopped and got a Costa, but I think they put 2 shots in my coffee, because it wasn't so much gingerbread, it was much more coffee than gingerbread and really strong. But you know, I drank it anyway. I was still really sleepy. When I got home, I was just so sleepy. We had chicken soup for tea, made with the carcass. You know, once you've cooked your chicken in the slow cooker, you take the bits off you have for your tea, and then the next day you take every scrap of meat off the carcass, and basically goes in to make a lovely soup. So we had that for tea, and I got some nice bread in Asda that was all reduced. We were there right as they rang the reducing bell. We were actually standing right by it when he rang the bell and made us all jump. But then they wheeled out the reduced trolley, so we got some nice posh bread to have with our soup. And then I fell asleep. So I must have been jiggered and needed a snooze. So I had a little snooze, and then I helped Flora and Maddie wrap up their Christmas presents for their friends. Lizzie will take care of hers because she's capable like that. Flora and Maddie are like with the tape, and I was like, oh. So I kind of went, yes dear, did it for them. But yeah, and since I woke back up, much perkier now I woke up, I have done number 10. Here is number 10, which because the 10 is quite took up a lot of space, I've put 2 fir cones on there. So there's 2 fir cones on the number 10, so I'm quite liking them. I think I'm getting better. Mind you, the 9 is quite a small one, isn't it? Some of them are just dinky, and some of them, like, I like these robins very much, and I like these fir cones here, and I like this one. So there's number 10 done, and we'll carry on. I don't know if everyone's watching. Everyone must watch her, because she was doing her 5,000 subscriber. Mama Loves You GB, who I have only just found at the beginning of Flossmas. She showed her. She's done an advent, but very similar, actually totally similar to that. That she was like, oh, I've got these, and I'm going to make them into pillows to hang. And I was like, yes, that's a good idea. And hers are beautiful, and mine are scruffy, and I'm making them up as I go along. So anyway, oh, that reminds me. Let me get my box. Doo-ba-doo. Let's have a look for today. There we go, because of course I'm not keeping these. These are going to be an advent pillows that hang, but they're not for me. They're for one of you. They're for one of you, and I'm going to write 10th. So we're only 10 digits in. There's another 14 of these. It is going to be a long old code, but there we go. So there's that. And since I woke up, I did my number 10, and I have put a whole 1 strand into here. So I found the point on the snow there, and I've come up the side here, and I've done the first little kink in it, and so that brings me to here. So I'm going to go up. I'm going to try and get all of the green on, and then I'm going to find a colour to do the swirls in the snow. I'm going to do the swirls in the snow. I'm going to do his feet, and then I know that I've only got to fill in the white, and then I can just sit and just do the white without having to count at it. If I do the swirls, because I've not put in any more white, but I have got it right here. I picked out the green to do the, which is just an anchor, 268. It's one of the colours I used on my parents' Renato Parolin, because I just used cheapy anchor threads that were reduced because Hobbycraft stopped carrying them. So this, not this time last year, in October last year when I bought when the pattern arrived, I went to Hobbycraft to get colours for it, and all the anchor threads had gone from the, they used to be on the other side of the aisle that DMC was on. The anchors were exactly the same but on the other side. The anchors had gone and they were just in a box on the floor, a big plastic box on the floor, and they were reduced to 50p. So I basically looted all the reds, all the greens, all the browns, anything I could get a multiple number of, I grabbed. So I probably spent about £15 and came away with a handful like this of anchors. So I've got lots of greens, I've got lots of browns, and I've got the lovely burgundy reds and things. So yeah, anything that needs those, that's what I grab. So that's that. So that's what I've done. So I'm going to, I'm desperate to get onto my Barbarana, but I think I'm going to see if I can at least get this top border and down the side there, so that I've only got finishy bits and this white. I will do a little, what I think I might do is like a full unboxing of my suitcase, but I might do like little highlighted, if there's any little gems or anything in there that's interesting, I might do a little clip to put onto my Flossmas rather than a full unboxing. When I opened the suitcase, I didn't even open it today because I was trying to, I knew if I opened that I would just spend the day with it all scattered around me and I'd just end up in more mess. So I really wanted to get that living room, do the majority of the living room today, which I did get done, so that's something. So, oh, it's pouring with rain. You might not be able to hear that, but there is like torrential rain falling outside. Obviously it's pitch black, but yeah, just means the garden gets muddier. Poor dog's paws get muddier. So all that's left to do, I think that's it. I've shown you the odd, peculiar, but still crafty things I bought in the range. I've shown you my cat, who's right here. I've got him right here, so just for good measure. Here he is again. See, it's raining, Eric. He's got a little bit of a scuff on his nose, so he's obviously been fighting with Clive. Oh yes, there's Eric. There he is, and his paws are orange because I've got that clay cat litter, and because he's a white cat, he's getting... Oh no, he's curled back. He's curled straight back. I thought he was getting a bit grumpy with me then. He's curled straight back up into a donut. Okay, I won't pick him up again. Then my little kitten. He's with me. He gets fussed. Everybody fusses him. He goes and sits on Lizzie actually, because she's the only one that will just sit with him and not constantly pick him up and lug him about. So all I've got left to do is my drawing for the box. That's this one, which is box number 5. So day after tomorrow we'll be halfway there on the boxes, so we're halfway to Christmas. This is the box that has this Christmas cardy, but I love that purple and the yellow. That's just so pretty. So that's this box here. I've got this box to draw. Still haven't heard from the lady who got box 4, so I'm not going to redraw for it. It's hers if she wants it, so do get in touch with me. The emails seem to be coming in again now, so I don't know if there was if Google blipped. I tell you what, really pissed off with Google, because I've always been Android. I always used Google Play Music, which you pay and download onto your phone. You literally buy a digital copy and put it on your phone. You know, it's stored with Google, but you can actually download it and keep it so you can listen to it all offline. So if I'd go out cycling, I'd mix myself an upbeat, you know, playlist. Well, because Google owns YouTube, they decided that Google Play Music was obsolete and that we'd all just use YouTube Music and pay them £10 a month to use it. which is fine unless you've got 400 songs that you have purchased on your phone. So that's really annoyed me, because yesterday my Google Play was there and today my Google Play is not. My Google Play Music is not there anymore. That I did transfer them all, I did download them all onto YouTube Music, and apparently you can listen offline if you've already purchased songs. But I'm really pissed off. It wouldn't have done anything for them to just left it running. I've not been able to buy any more music for months and months and months. That's fair enough, but I already had a lot of music on there and it was so easy, and it's gone. So that really made me angry because it was gone. Maddie's disappeared. Maddie transferred her music. I think once you transferred it over to YouTube, I think you had like 6 or 8 weeks of it before it disappeared off Google Play. She did hers ages before me. Her Google Play went ages ago, so I knew it was happening. Still very annoyed with Mr. Google, considering, you know, loads of the stuff I do is Google. Right. It's like if you'd bought a whole ton of stuff on Apple Music and then Apple Music one day just went, oh, bye, it's going. Tough tits if you got it. Anyway, I'm going to draw from my box. That was my totally random off the side shoot there. So I'm doing between 1 and 61 today. I had 30 comments on video 8 for the 8th, and obviously 31 comments on video 9, so thank you so much. And it's the same names I'm writing down for every day, so basically almost all of you are in twice, but two bits is better than 1 bit, isn't it? Almost all of you, it's the same people I'm writing down, and thank you so much, because I know who you are, because I'm writing your name down every other day. I'm writing your name down twice, so I know exactly who's commenting and who's enjoying my floss tubes and sticking it out. So I really hope that when we do get this done, I hope it goes to one of you guys who comments on me every day. I really do. I might actually. I think it will. Put it that way. Oh, now look, I've blabbered so long, my tablet's switched off. Right, between 1 and 61, generate. Between 1 and 61, we have number 27. So that is a comment from the 8th. And number 27 is Karen Crow. Yes. Just checking I'm saying your name right, because it's my scribby writing. So I'm just gonna outline you there so I know. Karen Crow, well done. That box is yours. I'm going to write your name along here. Please email me your postage address and I'll get that off to you as soon as possible, literally as soon as possible. So that will be off to you. Darren, hi Darren, the Dizzy Stitcher. If you don't watch him, go and watch him. He's really good. He's one of the few blokes who cross stitch. Lots and lots of heids, lots of tiny stitches on heids from Darren. And he asked me if I'm do my long dogs over 1. I can't see to do them, Darren. I do mine on a 36 or a 40 count, even weave or linen, depending on what I've got hold of, and I do them over 2, so it's like a 20 count Ada, well, like an 18 or 20 count Ada, and I'll do 1 strand, but it's over 2 on a 36 or 40 count. So no, I can't see to do tiny stitches because I don't use magnification and I'm old. Magnification gives me a stonking headache, so I can't use the magnification at the moment. So I might have to teach myself to do it later on if my eyes go, or I'll be stitching everything on 12 count and my house will be covered in tapestries. So I think that's about it. I think that's me for today. We're about to hit half an hour, so same old blather from me. Hope you've all had a lovely day, and hopefully get some more stitching in tomorrow, because I'm working 9 till 1 tomorrow, and then full day Saturday, full day Sunday. So hopefully I'm going to earmark tomorrow afternoon as stitching. So hopefully I'll be able to get some good progress on something. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I will say goodbye for now, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.